Hello lovely people. The topic of today's episode is live or recorded public displays that went horribly wrong. Needless to say, some of these stories are quite disturbing, and some are just disturbingly embarrassing. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. I saw a music major student come out on stage to play a piano recital, and he slid right off the overly waxed piano bench right onto the floor before playing his first note. The audience laughed because they thought maybe it was part of his act, but it wasn't, and it took him 15 minutes behind stage thereafter to regain his confidence. I honestly felt sorry for him, even though it was a hilarious moment. You know, if he'd just gotten straight back up, that wouldn't have been embarrassing at all. But I'll bet coming back out after that 15 minutes was really difficult. There's a famous German TV show which was half celebrity interviews and half people trying various feats and stunts, with the audience betting on the outcome. In 2010, there was this guy who bet he could somersault over moving cars wearing springs on his feet. You can guess what happened. He's now a celebrity paraplegic. Wow, German shows are brutal. I'd be very interested to see how many people owned up to having bet for that outcome. Somebody in the comments also says that it was his dad that was driving the car that he failed to jump over. This user says, the Ramstein airshow disaster on August 28, 1988 at Ramstein Air Base in Germany. And they leave a link to the video, but just a small warning, I'm sure you can probably assume what's going to happen in this video. Apparently 70 people were killed, 3 pilots and 67 spectators. What a terrible disaster. When I was little, my parents took me to see a production of Annie. During her first big song, the girl who played Annie just peed everywhere, under the spotlight. She kept singing, for which I gave her major credit. After the song and scene ended, a bunch of stagehands in makeshift orphan costumes came on stage and mopped it up. I'll never forget it. Man, that must have been so hard for the audience to just sit there and watch. A stroke of brilliance from whoever thought of turning the stagehands into makeshift orphans to clean up the mess though. A few years ago, I was on one of those haunted hayrides, where they let a load of people into a hay cart and pull them around with a tractor through trails and fields where spooky scenes and actors are waiting to scare you. Haunted hayride? Is that a common thing? I've genuinely never heard of anything like this. Well, at one point, an actor dressed like a zombie came shuffling toward us. He slipped in the mud and went right under the tractor. We all thought it was part of the show, until the ride was cut short and an ambulance showed up. They confirm in the comments that he didn't die, thankfully, but he did break both of his legs. A lot of you kids will be too young to remember, but almost 17 years ago, our daily lives in America were stopped dead in our tracks for 90 minutes to see if anyone could rescue a young boy who was inside a weather balloon in Colorado. I haven't heard anything about this, but as I'm sure you can tell, I'm not American. Here's a picture I found of the weather balloon. It seems like it was commonly believed that it's just a desperate attempt by the parents for attention, which is pretty sad. There's a bunch of videos for this on YouTube if you were interested, but here in an interview with the boy, it seems like he just forgot what they were doing and just outs them.
He's asking Falcon, did you hear us calling your name at any time? You did?
You did?
Why didn't you come out?
You guys said that we did this for the show.
Yeah.
No.
That's painful to watch. The parents are just laughable. A lot of people say how the parents seemed very suspicious in every interview anyway, but even here at the start of the video, the reaction of the dad just feels a bit wrong.
1.
Dad, Falcon's in there!
Where?
In the ship!
I am sorry for the dog shit quality. The radio station that held a Hold Your Pee for a Wee contest, in which a nurse was called in to warn them that the contest could be fatal. The 28-year-old mother of 3 died of water intoxication. 10-cent beer night at a Cleveland Indians game in 1974. It ended in a riot. The death of comedian Tommy Cooper in 1984. He was performing on stage and suffered a heart attack. The audience was laughing because they thought it was all part of the act. The flat earth guy, Mad Mike Hughes, when he tried to prove the earth is flat by shooting, I assume recording, himself in a homemade rocket back in 2020. His parachute deployed early, right after liftoff, and his rocket went into a nosedive and slammed into the California desert. The tightrope walker that fell without a net, maybe in the 70s. Carl Wallender, 1978, aged 73. What an age to be doing tightrope walking. Detonating a dead whale.
The humor of the entire situation suddenly gave way to a run for survival as huge chunks of whale blubber fell everywhere.
In 1965, there was a promotion for Santa's arrival at the Northtown Shopping Centre in Rockford, Illinois, where Santa would arrive via parachute into a mall's parking lot. Santa did land safely, but his elf did not. His chute failed to open and he fell to his death in a nearby backyard while everyone watched. At a comedy club in London, the comedian, who was doing horribly after barely a minute on stage, started asking his hecklers which landmark he should go and jump off. I mean, it's pretty dark, but for a comedy show, it's kind of funny. Wu Yongning was live recording a stunt of himself climbing to the roof of a 60-plus floor building. He had done a lot of these and would record himself hanging off the edges for money. Christ, what a way to earn money. Well, this day he's got everything set up, but he can't get himself back over the edge to the top and fell. The camera is stationary so you don't see the aftermath of the fall, just the fall itself. And no, he didn't survive. Again, this is covered quite a lot online. The guy did it for TikTok and was apparently promised around 16,000 of whatever currency, probably dollars, for this. He basically lowered himself off the ledge, did 2 pull-ups, and just couldn't lift himself back up. I'll include a quick video, but warning, it is a bit unsettling. He just hangs there, totally stretched out for a while, before letting out a kind of whimper and just letting go. The saddest part is supposedly he wanted to use the money to pay for a wedding. At least this way he got a quick death. That was a terrible joke, I'm sorry. The crash at Crush. In 1896, some railroad employee in Texas thought it would be a neat idea to crash 2 trains into each other, head-on, literally just as a fun community event. Anyone in Texas who wanted to go got discount train fare to the event, and about 40,000 people showed up. When the trains crashed into each other, both of their boilers exploded, killing 2 people in the crowd and injuring many more, including a photographer who lost his eye. That's such a strange idea for a public event. I'd just hate to be the person who's actually sat there waiting for their train. Obviously, as it's 1896, there's no footage, but here's a picture of the incident. And lastly, we've got the San Diego fireworks in 2012. All of their fireworks for their 17-minute Big Bay Boom 4th of July show went off in about 30 seconds. I attended some of the other shows in previous years. Those things echoed off the buildings and was so loud during normal shows that I can't imagine what it was like to be anywhere near there. Well, that honestly just sounds like a really good fireworks show. I've got a clip here for you lucky few who made it this far, but it is, as you can imagine, loud as hell. I tried to mitigate it for this video, but I can't really tell how it'll sound at this point. Literally just sounds like the screaming torment of some Lovecraftian horror. Must have been crazy to see though. Thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. I'm sorry this one was a little bit shorter, but I'll try to make up for it in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've ever seen any disastrous event, please tell me about it in the comments. And I'll see you next time.